Hello everyone. Here we are again. Rise and grind. Just a girl, 2 plants in the window. A beat up yoga mat in a dream. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Lo-Fi Yoga. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to Hello everyone. Welcome back. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome back. Hello everyone. Welcome back. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome back. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Hello everyone. Welcome back to Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Hello everyone. Welcome back to Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome back to 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 Lo-Fi Yoga, where what's understood doesn't need to be explained, and what's misunderstood also doesn't need to be explained. Hello everyone. Welcome to this second anniversary little clip show thing that I put together. I want to start this off by saying, if you have watched a single one of my previous videos, thank you so much. I'm going to try not to use fillers for the whole time that I'm talking. I'm going to try really hard. I am amazed that I have been doing this for 2 years now, and I'm very proud of myself for the fact that I've made it this far. And a lot of the videos that I have made are ones that I am very proud of. And that is a big shift from my first year of this channel, where if you watched the last one that I made from the year before, I was cringing at myself so hard. And the complete shift from cringing to clapping and basically being a dance mom to my own self is just, I love it. I'm glad that I'm here, and I'm glad that you're here with me. I thought it might be a good place to start by sharing some of my little words of wisdom from the past year. And hopefully you enjoy, and hopefully if maybe you missed one of these moments, it resonates. You're watching this video, I don't know, but I find life and just being caught up in that flow of doing to be very exhausting sometimes. And today I went for a walk and I sat by the water, and I just closed my eyes and I just sat there. And after a while, I sort of fell into that Zen, peaceful state. And the first thought that came to my mind is, this is such a beautiful place. And I was sitting there with my eyes closed as I said this. There's just wind in the trees, birds. There weren't too many people around, like not any that I could hear anyway. But it was just, that was the most beautiful moment that I'd had pretty much in a very long time. I think sometimes I get overwhelmed by all of the everything of life. And sometimes I just want a little bit of nothing. But I have a feeling that like there's been all these little subtle hints and directions being handed to me from the universe. And I've always had them. I've always had the nudges, but I didn't feel like I could trust myself, I guess, and I didn't have the ability to trust that I understood what was being said to me. And as a result, I ignored the nudge and then ended up reaping the consequences of ignoring the nudge. And usually it wasn't a great thing, but ever since I started paying attention to that voice and allowing myself to be led, which I have a whole laundry list of buzzwords that I could use to describe myself, but I will just say that I've been responsible for a long time. So I'm usually in charge, so it's hard to not be in charge. But I'm trying it out, seeing how it goes. The people around me have elevated me to a point beyond, a normal person, which is what I am. And I know that I'm just a normal person, but I still feel pressure to be perfect and to be more. And it's just, I'm really trying to let that go, because I know that it's part of the intuition and alignment thing, is that I know people are going to tell me how they feel about me, and they're not, but they're going to say it in a way that they're telling me who I am, and that's not the reality, and that's just a perception, and it doesn't have anything to do with me, and I don't have to meet that expectation. I felt called to center the practice around feeling safe in the hands of the universe due to my own personal experience at the moment. I always try to incorporate and correlate what's going on in the sky with what's going on within myself and within my own life. There's been a lot of astrological events, eclipses, retrogrades, planets stationing direct from retrograde, moving into other astrological signs after being in certain ones for long periods of time. All of those astrological events seem to be pointing to change, growth, and expansion. Those are big, scary words and concepts. And personally, I am definitely feeling a bit of fear and uncertainty. But that's normal when you're in a phase of growth. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to surrender yourself to that higher power. And as someone who has been fiercely independent for most of my life, it can be hard to close your eyes, sit back in the arms of someone else, and accept that they will support you. And it's even harder to do that when you cannot see the arms or hands that are supposed to support you, and you have to move through blind faith. If you are finding yourself in a similar position, I hope that This moment here on your mat will allow you to find some peace. I know for myself, whenever I'm lost, I know there's one place I will always find myself. And I'm so grateful to have that. If I could be anywhere forever, I would be here on this mat. It seems fitting for where I'm at right now, and I can say for me personally, anytime I've ever gone through a leveling up or expansion, whatever you want to call it, in any way, like spiritually, in my own personal life, like materially, whatever, but there's always the period where I withdraw and I go within and I make sure that I know myself. I make sure that I know where I am. Sort of this preparation to moving out into a space where people are very quick to try to tell you who they think you are, as if it's a fact. And part of that withdrawal is rooting, grounding, reaffirming the earth beneath you. And I mean that both ways of speaking. As we lie here, we take up our space. We turn our minds to the beginning of this practice. What we think, we become. We have more control over the reality we live in than we think, I suppose. And transmuting energy. I feel like Goddess pose is like feminine energy and the power within it. And that's also what women are, transmuters. We create, we destroy when we have to. All of that. Anyway, for today's focus, I offer you everything has the potential to lead to something good. Transmuting energy is all about seeing the potential in something, not just taking it for face value, because if you took everything at face value, you would just be having a really bad day all the time. Sometimes, like me personally, I'm speaking more to myself here. Here, and we do something that might be unusual for us, such as taking up space. We call to mind the beginning of this. Everything has the potential to lead to something good. Take whatever energy you're given and flip it. Closing timer sound, and I really didn't want to have to like replace it. And I know this is silly, but I don't know. I was attached to it, and so I planned choose your own adventure videos, but I never did them because I was like, oh, my thing. But sometimes we have to let things change, and sometimes things get lost for a reason. Like, I have this thing where every time something big happens in my life, I lose a piece of jewelry. Like rings, bracelets, I lost an anklet once. Anyway. So I'm counting losing my ring, my bell, as my loss. So that means something big is happening, right? Anyway. One thing that came up that resonated was you cannot solve a problem by existing on the frequency that created the problem. You have to vibrate higher than the problem. right? You got to change your frequency. So one way to elevate your mood is to move your body, right? So we're gonna move our bodies today. First things, I leave you with this thought as you rest here. I mentioned in the beginning, having the higher ground. And sometimes it has a little bit of a negative connotation where if someone says, oh, you think you have the higher ground, you think you're better than someone else. The goal isn't to be better than anyone else. The goal is to be better than the version of yourself that reacted in a way that you, I don't want to say are ashamed of, because we shouldn't ever be ashamed of any of our choices, but maybe that you regret. And for me personally, when I say that I'm seeking a higher ground in a situation, I am only seeking to be better than the past version of myself who would have responded poorly. I offer you this. A branch that does not bend will break, but a branch that bends too much will never withstand the wind. Sometimes we focus so much on being agreeable and going with the flow of what other people want. We forget about our own inner strength and how much that means for us. Life is all about finding balance between extremes. Think about ways that maybe you need to bring balance into your life in that way when it comes to balancing the demands of others and the demands of yourself. You don't hold on to it, you don't dwell over it, or you don't ruminate on it. It's a practice in embodying the energy of the sky and letting everything else be the weather. How would you move through the world if you were assured that everything would go your way? What kind of decisions would you make? Would you be kinder to people around you? Would you be a little more distant with certain people? Is there a place that you would move to? Anything. Put yourself in the frame of mind that you cannot fail. Where do you see yourself? Just picture that, embody that energy. I'm going to be honest and admit that the main reason I led with the words of wisdom is because I am about to be super duper mega ultra embarrassing right now. I spent a lot of time making a series called Rise and Grind in the last year, and I had a lot of fun. It was really just a way to force myself to work out on a regular basis, to sort of beat back the winter blues that tend to creep in on me. And while I was making the videos, I never intended to post myself dancing, but it made me laugh, and these videos are for me. I feel like that should be basically like the tagline for this whole channel. And I posted them, and I had a lot of fun dancing like no one was watching, and technically no one really was. At that point, it was mostly just people from work. I will say, I wish that those folks at work had at least had the decency to throw a like on the video. You know, help your girl out a little bit with the algorithm, instead of just like watching it and giving whatever they got out of it feeling of superiority or just a good chuckle. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. But like, if you are watching any of my current videos, I don't like the whole asking for likes thing, but also I feel like I should. Like, it feels like panhandling. Like, I don't like rattling the little plastic cup or whatever, the paper cup with change in it. Like, help a girl out, spare change, like. But if you are watching this video, please give me a like. And I guess enjoy this random dancing moment of joy. At the time of me recording this, my most viewed videos are one called 30 Minutes Going with the Flow. This video was one of those ones where I just went in without a plan and hoped that I would remember. And for some reason, that video amassed at like 4.3k views. I don't know what it is about that video, but whatever. I'm happy for it, I guess. And my second most watched video, which the space between the two is like, it's 582 versus over 4,000. Like, I don't know. But my second most watched video was In the Hands of the Universe, and I have two versions of that video. One has like me sort of pontificating during the Shavasana, and the other one is just music. The one that's more popular is the one with just music. Duh. People just want to chill. Totally understand that. The next one is Be a Warrior, Not a Worrier, which the title was like an inside joke to myself. I was having a bad day and I was like trying to do like a bit where I like fake pep talk myself. And I was like, be a warrior, not a worrier. Get out of your head and into your body. Pick something up, throw it across the room, punch a stranger in the face. Like, I was just being silly to try to make myself feel better, and it worked. It definitely worked. Next one, Rise and Grind. Week 3, for some reason, specifically week 3. I don't know what was going on in that video, but over 300 views. Very nice. There was a 20-minute supported yoga, which I used the chair. And then the other version of In the Hands of the Universe was on the list. And my first Sunday reset, which was named after my first ever video. Love that is there. And anyway, I am very proud of the progress that I made, and I wish that I had thought to, share that in the first video, but I was like embarrassed by the numbers, and these numbers aren't that impressive by YouTube standards at all, but considering where I started, it's a big deal, and I'm really happy about it. I guess I should also say at this point, I have 81 subscribers, which is really nice. That's a nice number. Again, not at all impressive by YouTube standards, perhaps, but very impressive for me. And I'm very proud that I was able to even get to that point. So yeah, this will be fun to watch next year to see the differences or the similarities. We'll see how it goes, right? something else that I might, that you guys might enjoy. The little thing that I had floating around in my head. I bought this journal a while ago, and the cover says, "Make yourself proud." And I've been using that to push me to really make progress on this channel and to try new things, which is why I have my new series with the journey through the chakras. Like, yes, it was a personal thing that I did for myself, but the choice to share it was, I felt like I should, and I felt like it was something that would be good, and I am very proud of it. And 90% of the things that I post pertaining to that are written in this journal, and I feel like "and" is also a filler for me. I'm trying, but I just wanted to highlight the fact that I am very proud of myself and that I've come so far. I honestly wish that I had the ability to travel back in time to when I made that first video and posted it, because I genuinely don't remember where my head was at the time. I just remember, recording it, editing it, trying to find a song for it and putting it up. And I just wish I could get inside my own head at that point to, figure out if I had any idea that I would still be doing it 2 years later, or that I would be doing it with the level of commitment that I have. It's like I didn't realize at the time that I was doing something so huge for myself. Like that, me even starting any of this was just historic for me. And for once, I have something in my life that created a before and after that wasn't like a terrible tragedy, and it was actually something that completely altered the plane of my life. And I tried. As you can see, I spent a long time attempting to do a headstand. The funniest thing of all is the fact that I finally did get it, and it was during the hiatus that I had taken in September, when I had decided I wasn't going to post anything and I would just get deeper into my own personal practice. And I was recording myself, but I wasn't editing any of the footage. I was just, recording it and moving it onto my laptop to save for later. And the time that I finally got it, that I finally made it into the headstand, was somewhere tucked away, buried into a read with me that I never really paid attention to. I had just put a bunch of clips together to get a nice length for me to read over. And while I was reading, I was looking at the screen and I saw myself get into this headstand, and I was like, I did it, and I didn't even know I did it. And that relates so much to this whole channel. Like, that is the whole vibe. I am sitting in my bed right now, 2 years later, and I am a completely different person. I have been changed in ways that I did it, and I didn't even know that I did it. I'm just really happy. And I am proud of myself for having gotten into the headstand. And you're going to notice the headstand happened a long time ago. And I have all these current videos of me attempting and not being able to do it. And that's because I have fallen out of my own regular personal practice due to where I am in my life right now. And I hope to get to a point where I can resume my practice. And I'm sure I will. But I think it shows for me that I can do the things that I want to, and me constantly and consistently focusing on it and putting effort towards it does actually lead somewhere. Because I did get into that headstand. I did do it, I swear. And even though I can't do it right now, I did it once, I can do it again. So, this whole thing has been an experience that I look forward to continuing. I am so thrilled that I got to do this. I am so thrilled that I had the idea, and I'm so thrilled that I followed through initially and continue to follow through. And I can say with 100% certainty that even if this channel never makes it past 100 followers, it's still the biggest thing in my life. This whole thing is my baby. And I am so proud. And that was not intentionally the goal when I started, but it has certainly become the focal point for everything that I do. This channel is a testament to the fact that I can always choose. I can choose what I want my life to look like. I can choose the things that are important to me, and I can choose what I follow through on. And I hope that other people see this and they know that they also have the opportunity to choose, and that they can always do something different, even if it seems like it's not possible, or it seems silly, or whatever. You can do that if you really want to. It's not anybody's business, and you shouldn't let anyone else's judgment of what you're doing stop you, especially if it means something to you. So, before I start full on crying, not like I haven't done that before on this channel, but for everyone else's sake, I will skip it. I will just leave you with a thank you so much for sitting with me. And I really appreciate the eyeballs. Even if you guys don't like anything, the eyeballs help anyway. Thank you for sitting with me. Thank you for sitting with me for the last 2 years. And I hope that you have a good rest of your day, week, year, lifetime, and that you are well beyond belief.